I have spoken to a lot of people who then have more grown-up children, and more often than not, the thing that I hear is, I feel like I've passed my struggles with food onto my child inadvertently. And actually a big part of the reason why they often reach out is because they really want to sort it out so they can help their children or not continue to pass it on. It's interesting to me because passing it on to your children, a difficult relationship with food, happens in a very similar way to how someone develops disordered eating in the first place. There'll be someone who is struggling with their relationship with food, so they are doing everything they can to not pass that on to their children. And in trying not to pass it on to their children, they drive inadvertently their children starting to struggle in their relationship with food. And an example of this would be if someone feels like they're an overeater, then they could be like, start limiting foods and be like, no, you don't need that. You don't need that. Really trying to help their child to not become like them in their mind. And in doing that, as one example, then they create a scarcity outlook in their child with food. They put food on a pedestal, and then lo and behold, they start sneaking food. The child starts stealing food. They start obsessing over food. And of course, that doesn't happen every time, but man, does it happen. And the parents are trying to do the right thing to help. And that is so similar to how someone develops disordered eating in the first place, because a lot of the stuff that they're doing in their relationship with food, they're not doing it to literally self-sabotage themselves. They're doing it because they think that it's helpful. Yeah. Like planning the next meal plan. Like, I'm just going to get myself really motivated and put myself on this healthy eating plan, and it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to order loads of clothes that are 2 sizes too small to motivate myself. It's like, well, they're doing that with a positive intent, and then they end up having a binge that night, literally just because they planned a new regime.
So they know there's something planned for tomorrow, so you just start there.
Yeah, as an example.
Yeah.
And it goes on and on and on. And another great example of that is someone wanting their dream body, or they really, really want to lose weight for aesthetic reasons, health and mobility aside. And it's like, okay, they're not doing that from anything other than a place of wanting to help themselves. It's like, well, once I've lost weight, once I have my dream body, I'm going to have all of these other things. I'm going to have confidence. My partner's going to love me more, and I'm going to be more assertive. I'm going to have more fun. I'm going to be more stylish, all of these things. And in trying to help themselves in that regard, then, as an example, then they're putting their life on hold until they've lost weight, because it's the narrative that they have. Once I've lost weight, I will do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And then in that, then their life can start to shrink. That's why I talk about the life circle, and life starts to shrink, and which then creates even more of once I've lost weight, then I can do all of these things, and then next thing you know, 10 years has gone by, and it's like, I'm pretty unfulfilled in my life, and I'm not any closer to my dream body in a good relationship with food, So in trying to help themselves, they've created the problem.